there, and welcome to our 8th installment of the 12 Powers of Man, where we discuss the supernatural powers that we were innately born with. We've been discussing how to get in touch with these powers, how to understand them when we recognize them within our awareness, and how to strengthen them. If you're just joining us, it's important to know these videos were posted in a particular order because we have to clear the foundation before we start building. In this video, we will be discussing the power of imagination. I remember the words of my first spiritual teacher. He said that we must eliminate to elevate. So before fully empowering your imagination, there are things that must be unlearned first so your work of self-improvement can truly be fruitful. I recommend taking some time to catch up before continuing, but hey, it's your world. I just revolve in it. We should establish here that what you conjure up in mind can take form at any given time. The imagination should not be considered trivial by any means. This is the station for creation. We've been told by so many well-meaning adults to stop dreaming and to get out of our heads. But if we're creating something worth having, it's better to just ignore them and continue refining the vision for our own lives. Dreams play within your imaginative faculty, and they are important despite what others say to cause you to dismiss them. Many just write them off as clearings of the subconscious mind, but the wise know these are writings on the wall of your soul. They are deserving of attention and analysis. When we apply ourselves to our imagination instead of just letting it run rampant, we can be witness to many positive changes within our minds and even our bodies and subsequently our entire lives. See it to be it, see it to achieve it. Have you ever snapped yourself out of a daydream or by somebody else and you were present enough to see the cloud of your mind's vision dissipate? It's cool. Pay attention next time you have the opportunity. The ganglionic nerve center is at the bottom of the forehead between the eyes. Ancient texts tell us that as a man thinks, so is he. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Your third eye is where ideas are first projected into things. And if you can see it and believe it, you can achieve it. Neville Goddard refers to your imaginative offspring as the Son of God. Makes sense because you are the Son of God, which in essence is the spin-off of consciousness in a body, just like Yeshua was. And when you daydream, or even night dream for that matter, there's also a spin-off of consciousness. You see how that movie Inception is a viable depiction of the lives we lead a little bit, huh? Yeshua said, "Believe, you shall have it, and it will be yours." But what will be yours? The desires of your heart. But what are the desires of your heart? Whatever you conjure up in mind, either consciously or subconsciously, that's good for all involved. Now, when you speak those things that are not as though they were, their form starts to mold itself into the nearest material available. To have anything new in life, we must first renew our mind. To Nicodemus, Yeshua said, "Ye must be born anew." We must rid ourselves of the shame, the guilt, and the ego that holds us back. Check out the elimination video to get more insight in clearing out the old to bring in the new. I remember my rebirthing experience. It was the first time I visited Higher Dimension Church. Shout out to the illustrious Pastor Jay, who gave me the glorious foundation I stand upon. I decided one particular summer's day to yield to the truth I heard when I first heard him speak. I was there on purpose with an open mind and an open heart. I had just started a new job, so I was ready for whatever God wanted to give me. At what the Baptists call altar call, I was taken up to heaven. My imagination, all sorts of visions and ideas came rushing back to me, and I experienced my first synchronicity. Everything happened for a reason, and the reason for that moment of experience was for me to have a new start. Once the realization sent from spirit hit my intellectual faculty, I burst into tears. I couldn't even tell my friend who invited me there the revelation I just had because the tears would not stop. I realized I needed to take that walk up to the front and connect with a prayer partner. I needed to officiate this new relationship with God that had begun as those tears streamed down my face. I'll never forget Minister P, who so gently enlightened me to the road that just chose me. I'm forever grateful to letting go and letting God. Shortly after that enlightenment experience, I had the dark night of the soul. I'm a Virgo, so you know how analytical we can be. So I tossed and sifted and magnified all my life's experiences to understand my emotional pain, its origin, and to grasp the understanding of my wholeness that needed to take root in my mind. We are all already perfect, but there's things standing in the way preventing us from seeing ourselves as God does. After all my research and realizations, I am now before you healed and whole. But I could have never gotten to heaven if I didn't understand why I was in hell first. I had to be transformed by the renewing of my mind. The wolf and the lamb lay at peace within me now. This clarity is available to all who will make room for higher intelligence to enter into their consciousness, and is why I offer this channel to the world, so that they may have a taste of it as well. After you've come to the point of understanding expansion through self-awareness, one can begin their creative process of self-expression, using the days of creation as a blueprint. Speaking of blueprint, here is as good a place as any to remind you that you can find the metaphysical breakdown of all 7 days of creation found on my Instagram under the hashtag Biblical Days of Creation. The first day said, "Let there be light," which is divine illumination, the opening for the Lord of Light to enter into your awareness. The second day was to let the firmament appear, which was faith. And the third day was to let the dry land appear. This dry land is the metaphysical representation of the imagination, because what you deposit is what you'll yield. See, the imagination creates seeds, and by the will of your creativity, we mold these seeds into what we want, and the paradise of our future kingdom begins to take shape. In silence, behold the domain you wish to have. And writing it down is even more powerful. Religion has programmed us into believing the heart is deceitful above all things, but it's misinterpreted if you think you can't trust your own heart. The heart was created in your mother's womb even before the brain, so there's much more electrical activity in the heart than the head. And since it was here first, there's an intelligence there that many cannot comprehend. Only if you renew your mind unto new information. Anyway, the heart is not deceitful. Lusts of the flesh are what we can't trust. The lower self's impulses. It's our senses that defraud us. Ancient texts tell us that if we delight in the Lord, He will give us the desires of our heart. So what is conjured up within our imagination is literally up for grabs if you have the faith in the power of the I am within you and believe in yourself. You are a child of the Most High. You are a son or daughter of the mightiest King there is. You are worthy because you are breathing. Don't forget that. In the silence, allowing the mind to expand in accordance to the measurements of God's kingdom, one can begin to develop a sense of a higher reality that is at work that you're tuning into. All prophets of old have been guided by their visions and dreams, and there's no difference between you and me and them. Only the illusion of time has changed. But the meditative action within the silence bears much fruit if you trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. The inner realm of thought is where the Spirit of truth resides. In all your ways, acknowledge the I am presence within you, and the lamp unto your feet and the light unto your path will glow. Exercises to dissolve your error thoughts, get clarity from your dreams, and gain insight to certain symbols is available within our Affluence Alliance. So be sure to subscribe. The instructions are below. Now, be sure to allow the noble impulses that come as a result of you sitting in the silence to be manifested into your world. This will take your focused attention, the exercise of your will, and maybe some research, but since damn near all the world's information is at our fingertips now, it'll be easy to do. What an awesome time it is to be alive, right? Your divine nature will strengthen as you go into your mind's eye to make room for the Creator in your life. It is promised that awesome mysteries will be revealed to you when you do this. I'm a witness to His Majesty's mental manifestations, and I curtsy before Him for the honor. Now, if you tuned into any of the previous videos here, you're aware that each of these powers is accompanied by specific regenerative exercises to accelerate the activation of these powers within your consciousness. For those within my Affluence Alliance, many have been reprogramming their subconscious minds, and I applaud them. It is an effort to which you must dedicate yourself, and I designed this program for you to capitalize on how the soul works within this realm of existence. If you would like to participate in the Prosperity Clarity University, you can subscribe on my website. Over a 21-day period, these exercises will help you achieve results within all facets of your life concerning your vocation, your relations, and your recreation. Each class is only an investment of $47. There's 12 months and there's 12 powers, so there's no long-term commitment. And you can go at your own pace. Just remember, after you plant a seed, it does take some time before you see the oak tree from the acorn seed. However, your consistent dedication is what will make the difference in your results. If you would prefer a reduced rate of 35% off, you may choose the option of a one-time investment of only $367 for the entire year. Concerning that's a $1 a day to change your life, including leap year, and taking into account a mustard seed to plant for the upcoming harvest cycle, I would take me up on this offer. You deserve the best, so don't choose to stress. I'll see you on the other side where prosperity, love, and happiness reside. And stay tuned for our next video where we will discuss the ups and downs of judgment.